Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic related to form record, where we will be mainly discussing the advantages or benefits of form record along with the limitation. Because we all know that with every concept there are some pros, there are some cons. So here we will see like what are the advantages, what are the limitation, and also we will see the common use cases where we can utilize this form record. Okay, but before we proceed further with these all things, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for timing we are just mainly focusing on how to use reactive forms in Angular in terms of form record. But prior to that, you should know what is form control, what are the characteristics of form record that we already covered, and others basic thing that is already covered in our previous session. And to refer that, you can also refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find more than 3,400 plus sessions, which is available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can consume the content. Okay, alright, so let's get started. Here you can see I have noted down few basic things like heading Angular course by Sharmit, then reactive form in Angular, introduction to form record part 3, and now we will be starting our discussion with the advantages. So what are the key advantages of form record? The very first key advantage of form record is that it supports the dynamic control name. Yes, so whenever there is a requirement in your project where you want to build a form that supports the dynamic control name, then in that case you can utilize the form record, because it is mainly used when the keys are not predefined. Okay, so in that situation we will utilize this form record. Second thing is it can easily integrate seamlessly with the reactive form. So if you are working with a reactive form and there you want to implement the functionality for adding the dynamic controls, then in that case you can utilize form record because it integrates seamlessly with the reactive forms. Next thing is it works well with the typed forms. Okay, so when you are working with the typed form, so that time also like it allows you to work well with these typed forms. Okay, nowadays we all know that everyone is utilizing APIs. We are transferring data from one API to another, right? And we are consuming the data from the APIs. So yes, it also simplifies the API driven forms. Okay, so when you want to use it or integrate it with API driven forms, so there are so many benefits of it. Now the next important benefit is that it completely reduces the need for manual forms restructuring. Yes, so if you want to reduce the need of manual form restructuring, so then in that case you will utilize the form record, because if you are utilizing it, then there is very less chance or less possibility of utilizing the manual form restructuring. Okay, now we have next thing, that is limitations. So in case of limitation, like we all know that every concept have some drawbacks also. So it also has some drawbacks. So let's see what we have. The first thing is it is not suitable for the ordered collections. Yes, so if you are dealing with ordered collection, if you don't know about these terms, don't worry, like when we will be discussing these things practically in the upcoming sessions, at that time we will make sure to discuss all these things. Okay, but for now we are just going through the structure wise, so we are good to proceed further with theoretical things for now. Okay, so yes, it is not suitable for the ordered collection. Whenever there is a ordered connection scenario, we will not use it. Also it cannot represent the index list. Okay, so if you want to represent the index list, then in that case we should avoid using this form record. Next thing is it is very less commonly used in the simple form. Of course it is not built for the simple form. right? So if it is not built for the simple form, then of course we will not use it there. So therefore we can say that it is less commonly used in the simple form. It is mainly used in complex form when we have multiple fields related to the form, and where we have things like hierarchy and proper hierarchy is maintained there. So in that case we will use it. Okay, next we have template iteration. Template iteration requires additional handling. Yes, so another drawback of this form record is that it requires template iteration. For template iteration handling, it requires for template iteration it requires additional handling. Okay, that is why we can say that it is not good in that situation. Okay, fine. Now these are the some drawbacks we know, right? So we know what are the advantages, we know what are the disadvantages, right? Now it's time to understand the use cases, like what all use cases are there, like when we are supposed to use it. Because once you know the advantages, once you know the disadvantages, so you should also know what are the use cases or scenarios where we can utilize it. So to understand that, I have already noted down a couple of scenarios. So let's see one by one what all common scenarios are there. So first thing is common real world scenario. The first thing is dynamic configuration panel. Yes, so wherever you want to build or implement the dynamic configuration panels, then in that case you can utilize the form record. Second, user preference settings. So if you want to build the user preference and settings in your system, then in that case we will use the form record. Okay, similarly social media links form. So suppose you want to create a form where you want user to provide all the social media links, and we are not sure like what all social media platform user are using, like Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, Gmail, whatever is there. So in that case, if you don't know the key if you don't know the keys or it is not predefined, then in that case we will utilize the form record because it supports dynamic keys operations, right? Next thing is feature flag management. Yes, so if you want to use feature flag management, then you can use form record. Similarly for dynamic permissions, CMS custom fields, customer management software custom fields, survey response forms, API driven dynamic form. So if you want to build it for API driven forms, then in that case you can use it. Key value admin dashboards, and also for the environment variable management. So if you want to manage your environment variable, then in that case also you will utilize this thing. So overall there are total 10 use cases I have noted down here, but don't think that these are the only one. There are other lots of benefits of using, lots of use cases where we can utilize the form record, and it is totally depend on the requirement of your project. So according to the requirement you can customize the thing and you can use it as per your need, and in that way only like you will build more use cases of it. But yeah, overall we have these use cases for this session that we want to discuss. So overall, like so far what we discussed in today's session, we discussed what are the advantages of using form record. We talked about the disadvantages or limitations also, because that is also something that we should know as a developer, and also we discussed the use cases. So now these all pointers or theoretical things will help you to answer the questions in interviews, because they might ask you directly like what are the advantages of using form record, what are the disadvantages of using form record, and most commonly they usually ask what are the use cases, best use cases where you can utilize the form records. So you can just give us some examples like we just discussed about the social media link scenario, or feature flag management thing, right? So these are the scenarios that you can discuss. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope these all things are clear to all of you, and you like from next sessions, we will cover few more theoretical things, and then we will move to the practical examples. We will cover each and every scenario practically, so don't worry about it. In the upcoming session you will see all the required possible example. Meanwhile, you can do the practice, and if you have any queries you can reach out to me through comment section. So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session for new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.